Today I fucked up by doing Molly with my husband 45 minutes before his grandfather that we live with died. Last night my husband and I wanted a special evening, so we took some Molly. We live with my husband's grandparents so that we can care for them in their old age. Grandpa had just been taken to hospice the day before, but we thought he still had a few weeks. Well, about 45 minutes after taking huge doses, we get the call that he has passed and that my husband's entire family is on their way over to the house to console Grandma. We are so fucked up when they arrive, and all we can do is sit there, drink some water, and try to keep our shit together. We made it through the terrible experience and can only laugh about it this morning. We are thankful for no one noticing how fucked up we were, and even more thankful he passed and his suffering is over. He had been sick for a very, very long time. Too long did not read. We took Molly. Our grandfather that we live with died like immediately after. Then the whole family came over to mourn while we are fucked up. I've taken Molly before, and if they didn't actually figure out something was off with you too, then you guys have some serious self-control skills. Oh, we're so sorry for your loss. Why is Swedish House Mafia playing? Op. Thankfully no one noticed we were fucked up. And #X200B. Also op. GIF. Giphy, NG's UQLW2NVXDM, downsized. Could have been worse. At least you hadn't just dropped acid. We are thankful for no one noticing how fucked up we were. They did. Probably the most bottomless glass of water ever. Sorry for your loss. If you took huge doses, then someone noticed you were fucked up. There's no way they didn't, they just had enough grace to not call you out. You put some good music on after everyone left? Sorry, but what is Molly? Isn't it a name? I'm from Russia. Today I fucked up by passing gas while my wife sucked me off. TIFU by farting while my wife finished me off. Unlike ordinary, this just happened. So me and my wife were doing what newlyweds do and having some needed alone time after a long family weekend. It started out fine, we were having some random midnight sex, but things were coming to an end, and it was time for the big bang, so not to let it make a mess on her parents' air mattress. She starts sucking to get me to finish what we had started, and reach the pinnacle. In between the spurts my body relaxed enough to let out the longest, loudest release of gas. Now at 2 o'clock in the morning at her parents' house, and she won't stop laughing and her mom has woke up. The only words she could mutter between hyperventilating were, "I'm never going to let you live this down." Too long did not read. At my wife's parents' house. Passed gas while my wife sucked me off. She's laughing at me and woke her nosy mom up. Edit. 1 spelling. Honestly, this is gonna be one of those things you guys remember fondly and will laugh about it. Next time you fart really loud, just be like, "Sorry, I just came." My wife and I have never farted around each other in the 5 years we have been together, until she was in labor when our son was born. During labor she farted a few times and was so horribly embarrassed it was all she could think about after delivery. When we were in the recovery room I was holding our newborn and I looked at her and said, "I know what will make you feel better," and she said, "What?" I made intense eye contact with her and let out the crispest, loudest fart. She burst out laughing so hard that she said she was gonna rip her new stitches she had gotten from delivery. We still talk about this at least once a week and laugh about it. What can I say, I was feeling very relaxed. My wife hit me in the face with one while going down on her. In her defense, she just had a baby about 6 months prior and since then she's had trouble controlling her farts. Thought I was going to die. We still laugh and joke about it all the time. She's been lucky that I haven't returned the favor, lol. Good that your wife took it nice like that, haha. I was getting sucked and started laughing a little bit accidentally and she got really upset with me, open mouth smile. Within the first month of dating I cracked one off not thinking about the fact there was a fan on and it delivered the payload faster Jimmy John's delivery. It was ultra fresh. I nearly killed us both. It was the most embarrassing and funny things to happen. It still gets brought up on occasion. We have been together 16 years. All I can say is she's a keeper. If I did that to my wife she wouldn't be laughing and I'd never get another blowjob ever again. Hence why I'm never getting a blowjob ever again. Good thing she is cool with it. Top girl. Today I fucked up by sleeping with a married woman. Update. Original post here. So, hi guys. I got a lot of DMs. I tried to reply to most but struggled. You either hate me or emphasized with the situation. I get it. It's a topic that's going to get some emotional responses. Either way, thanks for the advice. Let's get on with the post. All last week I had been avoiding responding to the woman in question, putting it off for a day or two at a time. She was pretty insistent on making it happen again, and it only added to the guilt. A day or two before I posted, she had messaged me, "X has sent you a photo, still got cold feet?" Winking face. I saw the message previews and ignored it until last night. I didn't know what to respond and got worried about opening it. It was exactly what you'd think it was, a provocative picture. I just thought to myself, oh, fuck. After thinking for a while, I responded with, "Listen, I've said my piece on it. I don't feel right about this situation. I already feel guilty and I can't see how this will end in any way other than tears and me getting my head kicked in." This didn't really faze her. If anything, I think my lack of response, pushing her away, fueled her more. She kept saying, "It's my problem, not yours," which I understand but also disagree with. Pissing a guy off is definitely my issue too. I said to her that, I just can't do it, and I think we should come clean. She had a weird response. It was like she was opposing what I'm saying, but also trying not to annoy me? Like, she was trying to be very nice in how it was worded. I understand, but I can't do that, it would hurt him. I just responded, "It's a little too late for avoiding hurt. If you want to do it then feel free, but if not, I am going to myself." She came back with, "I can't deal with this shit RN. I can't do it. Please don't tell him." I haven't replied to that last message. More have followed and I haven't opened them. She's blocked now anyway. So, I got the husband's number from our shared friend. I called him up and said, "Hey mate, can we meet for a beer? I have an important thing to tell you. I'd rather do it face to face." He seemed to understand it was important and said, "I'll be there as soon as possible." We actually met at the same pub. I bought us a beer and went into the smoking area to talk. Hadn't seen him in a couple of years, so it was strange meeting in this circumstance. He was as friendly and nice as I'd remembered him. Always smiling. We sat down and I just fumbled for a good 2 minutes. I am quite stuttery at the best of times, so I kept messing my words up. It was mainly anxiety hitting me. He had a quiet, calm look on his face. Just waited and watched me. As the fumbling went on, he interrupted me and said, "I can see you're nervous. Just finish your drink and say whatever you need to say as soon as you put your drink down." So I did exactly that. Necked my beer and said, "I had sex with your wife, but I didn't know it was your wife until after." She played down the relationship and said, "You aren't even living together." "I'm so sorry mate, I fucked up. It was a horrible mistake," something along those lines. He sat there, looking slightly pissed, for what felt like an eternity but in reality was 5 seconds at most. "Don't live together?" Confused face, "Are you fucking serious bro or are you taking the piss?" I proceed to show my phone, the messages, explained her demeanor throughout the night. I even showed the Reddit post. It was awkward for a good 10 minutes while he quietly analyzed my phone and took screenshots, photos. I didn't know the entire time if I should talk, not talk. I just didn't know how to behave in that situation really. His hands were shaking and he was visibly getting more and more angry, upset. After he took all his evidence, he stood up, threw the remainder of his beer in my face and said, "Next time go fuck yourself instead you stupid cunt," and threw my phone across the beer garden. He went to walk away, turned back around and slapped me in the face, fucking hard. I got ready to fight in case he carried on, but he just glared at me for a few seconds then walked back inside. As I was picking my phone up he popped his head back into the beer garden and said, "Talk to her again and I'll snap your legs, fucking cunt," then promptly left for good. I imagined to go have his argument with her. My instincts tell me if I hadn't asked her to stop straight away in the messages, he would have knocked me into next week. From memory, I've seen him in altercations with other people. Arguments at least, on behalf of our shared friend. He was never overly angry and relatively calm. So for him to publicly slap and throw a beer over someone he must have been very angry, understandably so. This is with CCTV everywhere in that place. I must say, in conclusion, I feel slightly better. I feel better saying I've told him than when I'd not told him. However, I feel like shit still. That hit home. That showed me how real it had become in someone else's life, which I was a part in creating. I feel manipulated by her slightly, but more so guilty about the husband. I won't be doing that again. TLR. Woman wouldn't stop messaging me. I said tell husband or I will. She said no. I told the husband, got a beer poured on me and slapped and my phone thrown across the beer garden. Also threatened me about contacting her again. Realistically, it could have been much worse but I still feel terrible about it all. Edit. She is definitely safe. I checked with friends, don't worry. I am too. He was blindsided. He was angry and did not know exactly how to deal with all that just went down. He felt cockholed. He felt like you did it to him. These things an irrational human will sort out in his mind later. In the moment he felt attacked by you. I am not in any way condoning his reaction at all, just taking a look at it from 600 feet up. At some point he will realize you came to him. You took that risk. You let him know. You tried to sort it all out. Right now he is hurting, maybe even scared, and I am sure really embarrassed about it and nursing a crushed ego. I suspect given time he will search you out based on your description of past interactions. Tread very very lightly and stay the fuck away from both of them for a good long time. Her forever. I commend you for your bravery and honesty. I think the guy will thank you in the long run, just not personally. However, your second "today I fucked up" was showing him the Reddit post. His wife humiliated him and then you posted about it on the internet. And whilst it's unlikely anyone will identify him from your post, he will be feeling paranoid as fuck about it. The additional humiliation he would have felt reading the Reddit post was probably what earned you the slap. Man, talk about shooting the messenger. He was in denial. It's not your fault, it's hers. I am proud on you, and at this point I'm invested in the story. Let us know if he will ever meet you again after, hopefully, realizing you did him an honorable solid. I emphasize with both of you. You did the best you could to remedy a shitty situation. Well done. Plus you're alive. Bonus. All I can say is it's best to not try to dick someone who admits they are married anymore unless the husband is inviting you as well. Glad you took it in stride, but behave next time. Oh, cheeky smiley face. You did the difficult thing. You didn't know she was married, but you felt you needed to clear your conscience and probably did this guy a favor. I hope he finds some peace just as you did. Sounds like the husband got blindsided by this. I would wager that's where the violent reaction came from. Good on you for letting him know though. I would recommend avoiding sleeping with married folks in the future. Today I fucked up by making a dad joke about my fiancé's weight. Prefacing this by saying that I am madly in love with this woman, she is gorgeous, and I have no negative feedback to give about her looks, and, if I ever did one day, I wouldn't be an ass when bringing it up. With that out of the way. Both my fiancé and I are physically active and in good shape, but we have been trying to make some modest improvements over the last few months. This morning she weighed herself, and expressed disappointment that her weight had gone up slightly from last week. "What are you at?" I asked. 144, she replies. Without any thought, I blurt out, "Gross." Because 144, or a dozen dozens, is also known as a gross. You all knew that, right? Right? My beautiful, loving, wonderful fiancé did not know this. Cue a surprised and hurt look from her, and immediate backpedaling and frantic Google searching from me to explain my bad joke. Thankfully, I was able to make my case that I was just an idiot and no other meaning should be taken from my comment. And yes, even if she did know what a gross is, it was a jerk thing to say. My pun quick-draw reflexes did a complete end run around my common sense. TLR, my fiancé said she weighed 144 pounds, I said, gross, to make a pun. She didn't know, 144 things equals 1 gross, and thought I was just being really mean. Shit, dude. You lucky you didn't lose 144 pounds. Tears of joy. Rookie move, lol. Sounds like you stuck the dismount though, which is quite impressive. You all knew that, right? Right? Lol, not really, I didn't. I can imagine a lot of people don't. Lol, love it, to be honest. A dad. Let me offer you some very simple advice for a happy marriage. There is never a right way to joke about your partner's weight. Till what a gross is. I knew a gross equals a dozen dozens, aka 144. But there's no way I'd get that joke in the moment, while being preoccupied with whatever the scale said, no less. I know you thought this was clever and cute, but yeah. There are better times to make jokes. Wow, that is a hilarious foot and mouth moment. Ha 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 ha. Oof, sorry buddy, what a fail, boat toot toot. The puns giveth and the puns taketh away.